esoteric content embodied within each work speak to millennia of development and evolution. In these enigmatic treasures, we see the telltale signs of the legacy of high knowledge and ability from pre-antiquity which empowered the ancient sages, architects, sculptors, and scribes to realize timeless masterpieces which were simultaneously instruments of powerful magic.
Let's say I have a string of atoms like pearls on a string, and I hit a light beam on it. I shoot a light beam, like a laser beam on it, okay? The laser beam will then strike each atom and flip the spin. So an atom is like a spinning top. It either spins up or spins down, or spinning top. So it reverses the spin up, spin down, spin up, spin down. It reverses the spin, it changes the spin, and then reflects. That's a calculation. That's a calculation. Something here on Earth could immediately affect something in a neighboring star, light years away. This is called entanglement. Something here on Earth could be entangled with something in outer space, so that if you make a measurement here on the planet Earth, it immediately affects something in outer space faster than the speed of light. Our brain has as many neurons as there are stars in the Milky Way galaxy. We're talking about 100 billion neurons, or about 100 billion stars in the Milky Way galaxy. No computer can come close to that kind of intricate cellular network. Nothingness has energy. It's the energy that is accelerating the universe. The universe is expanding, and it's actually accelerating right now. And now we realize that this is perhaps the dominant form of energy in the universe. The matter you see around you is only a tiny fraction of dark energy. So dark energy is another word for zero-point energy. So when you look at the 100 chemicals that make up the universe, the elements, that is only a fraction, about 1%, of the actual energy of the universe, which is dwarfed by something called dark matter, and which in turn is dwarfed by dark energy, which is the energy of nothing.
This alternate history is echoed by parallel accounts from the myth and history of other ancient cultures, as well as myriad secret societies and occult sources.
Tonight is Physics, Metaphysics, and the Nature of Consciousness. I welcome all of you. It's a pleasure to be invited to speak to this group, and I assure you that what you're going to hear tonight is something that you've not heard before. To optimally understand what I'm going to tell you tonight is going to require two things of you. You need to be open-minded, and you need to be skeptical.
Now, you're listening to my voice at about 500 trillion bytes a second. That's the rate at which the human brain processes information. Now, if you look at the brain has 100 billion neurons, but we only have maybe 50,000 genes. So how is it possible that 50,000 genes code the location of 100 billion neurons? And the conclusion is rather staggering.
Will require you to transcend old paradigms.
CosmiCrusader, read from the Rig Veda, from the Alpha to Omega, collecting data, revealing the Earth's secrets through hallucinogenic frequencies. Like Carl Castaneda, Aztec translator, mind calculator, true inner life source creator. Eat my last meal like a Seder, ancient / modern day relator, shady situation investigator, celestial body space invader, impact hits get buried in the crater, anti-wicked war wager, swing the saber at Vader, never instigator, rather be mediator, do that now, not later, perpetuator, whisper of the Big Bang, explosion own meditator, primordial seas navigator, ecologist aka Ralph Nader, now crocodile tooth alligator, Egyptian dynasty reinstater, up to my waist, Ganji's waiter, fish of man, hook beta, lost ark raider, ego obliterator.
The brain is not a standard computer. Our brain is a neural network. A neural network is a learning machine, totally different from a computer, which is a single processing unit of zeros and ones. A brain can exist with half a brain. You lop off half a brain and it still functions. That's a neural network. It's a learning machine.
Will require you to transcend old paradigms.
Lyrical hypodermic, epidermis penetrator, longitude, latitude, word equator, spiritual elevator, positive proton, endorphin stimulator, seance spell saying Quaker, benevolent gathering participator, student of life test, paper grader, black market incorporator, tax evader, raw material barter trader, nothing but love for a hater, mark of the beast, repudiator, remake ya so the chosen can't mistake ya, chemical concoction agitator, never claim to be greater, right knowledge interpolator, average MC underrated, big head deflator, ancient relic carbon data, simulator, mainstream deviator, never imitator, abnormal heart rate, cardiac arrest, defibrillator, true words, data, enslaved mind, emancipator, broken heart liberator, ones and twos, crossfader, cipher modulator, dynamic beat syncopator, food for thought caterer, appraiser later, self-improvement motivator.
Laser computers, that is computers that compute on light beams, as well as DNA computers that actually compute on DNA molecules. Think of computer tape. Computer tape is a long series of zeros and ones. Now think of a DNA molecule is not zeros and ones, is ATCG. So a DNA molecule is actually more complicated than computer tape.
You need to be open-minded and skeptical.
Synthetic virus inoculator, colossal coliseum, Greco-Roman gladiator, extraterrestrial telepathic communicator, cattle mutilator, Brahmin reincarnator, Buck Rogers, Buckaroo, bonsai flux capacitator, incriminating evidence incinerator, vital sign intubator, smoky room ventilator, secret society initiator, solid form liquidator, non-self-confidence having intimidator, need for importance infatuator, think you're all that aggravator, traditional innovator, stream of consciousness disintegrator, global brain facilitator, the agreeable debater, spell of Kingu, antidote taker, ground shaker, not a slimy faker, messiah forsaker, covenant maker, commandment breaker, unleavened bread baker, tree of life, leave breaker, next day muscle acher, rhyme undertaker, been asleep, now I gotta wake you, grab your hand, now I can take ya.
In the atomic world, the world of photons or particles of light, we have rather bizarre properties that defy common sense. Electrons that dance between orbitals that can be apparently more than one place at the same time. Objects that don't exist till you look at them. It's a very bizarre world at the atomic level.
Will require you to transcend old paradigms.
However, the quantum theory is perhaps the most successful theory ever proposed by the human mind. Quantum entanglement could be the key to what is called quantum teleportation.
Skeptical because without skepticism, you cannot convert belief into knowledge.
And the other possibility is the ultimate computer beyond all computers. The ultimate computer is the quantum computer. And this is where entanglement comes in. Quantum computers compute on atoms, individual atoms.
Okay, believing what I tell you does not create a fundamental knowing that it's true. Only experience can do that.
That's a calculation. You've made a calculation. At that point, we can crack any code known to science. We can do calculations that boggle the human mind.
My father told me once that I could reach the ear of God, that words and letters would guide me to reach beyond myself, to know the world as whole again. And like the ancient mystics, God would flow through me.
I appear on the throne of Ra to open the ways of the Ku, lighten the ways of the Ka, so the ways of the Kabs run through. To stir or still me, let it fill me. To stir or still me, let it fill me. To stir or still me, let it fill me. To stir or still me, MCs feel regret, smoking wet with coke nostrils. Not hostile, just a modern day apostle, here to spread the gospel. But most are too confused to absorb the good news. They try and blow a fuse, subconsciously refuse the path to wisdom. So I choose to give them the skeleton key. I'm telling them be free within the mind, and inevitably you'll see how to climb the life tree. The knowledge between good and evil reveals the feeble, like rifle scopes from church steeples. Truth goes down like a needle. Slight instance of pain, then euphoria flows through the vein. The immaculate stain remains vain, and egotistical actions fail to gain traction. Hear the roar of the kraken as it gets slain by axemen.
What's a mystic?
A mystic is a person who believes you can talk, really connect with God. Not just pray, but have God listen. And sometimes, in special cases, have God talk back.
I appear on the throne of Ra to open the ways of the Ku, lighten the ways of the Ka, so the ways of the Kabs run through. To stir or still me, let it fill me. To stir or still me, let it fill me. To stir or still me, let it fill me. To stir or still me, Come with me and we can see what kind of time we find. Up the spine we climb until we find the mind. Chime your bells, align the gates of hell with the halls we dwell. Architecture structure of the planes of matter fell, evicted from our planetary strata. Contrary to the overwhelming conflicting data, do we have what it takes to combat a league of evil armies? Will we be besieged in harmony? Chance for survival of the light which resides inside all. Claim back the title when life signs are no longer vital, and it's time for recital of the right spells. Will you find yourself in heaven, or have you just lived a life in hell, the slave to someone else's wealth? Come to find the powers that be who care less about your health and control the media to make you doubt yourself. Stay dumb, deaf and blind till the day that you bury. The only hope that we have is every evolutionary steps of paupers, potentates, two words, paragraphs form like the perfect storm from the gateway of the sun. Amen Ra is born.
God in the words? See, God is the words. The spoken words, the utterances. How do we reach the ear of God?
Shema Adonai Kli Ekrat.
Exactly. You speak with him.
My father told me once that words and letters hold all the secrets of the universe. That in their shapes and sounds, I could find everything and see beyond myself to something special, perfect. My father told me once that I could reach the ear of God.
Then look at your hand. Fine. You left-handed, right-handed?
Right.
Give it to me. Let's see. This is your heart line and your head line and your lifeline. You have a very strange line. You see this here? That split?
Where?
Right here?
It's a paper cut.
No, it's not funny. See, according to this, you're already dead.
Mental infidel, free thinker, battleship sinker, hit your grid with triangular attacks. We slid under your radar. Blip, blip, rhymes register as quasars. Get hit, eyelids conceal lasers to blaze scars on the earth's crust. In God we trust, tectonic plates shift dust from the dinosaurs. Silent weapons, quiet wars at Zion's doors. 70 and 6 trillion more permutations at the core of the spiritual war. Raw material, venereal pores of Mother Earth are all covered with sores. She can't give birth, cause her guts were dug for what it was worth. Her feelings were hurt. Now the lava spurt is the only orgasm. Quake, open up the chasm, spectral phantasm, rectal man spasm, plotting on Sodom and got something for Gomorrah. A biblical proportion never will ignore a trumpet when it's blown. You're all stones in glass houses, attached to your spouses. Nuclear families, doused with tragedies. The split atom disease, genealogy trees is blowing in the breeze. Autumn of the soul, fall from grace, next we freeze. In a winter, cause from fallout, the lost souls call out. The core engine stall out, we need to jump it, pump it, get the pistons turning, start enlisting more soldiers, get them learning. What smolders after burning is the yearning to survive, but what's not physical will still thrive. Energy which can't be destroyed, so when in the darkness, embrace the void, erase the paranoid. Troops are deployed, airplane hopping, we still plotting on the system instinctively, distinctively giving definitions to the mysteries.
Get me out of here. Where do you want to go? Home? This is your home. You're dead.
I'm not dead.
What are you then?
I'm alive.
Then what are you doing here?
I don't know. This isn't happening.
What is happening?
Get me out of here.
There is no out of here. Don't you remember?
The planet has been spinning for 5 billion years. We've only been around for the past 250,000. There were 6 major extinction events before we even crawled out of the slime. So who's to say that one of them didn't wipe out a great civilization? There's another thing.
Generations of civilization lost in antiquity, obscured by catastrophe, cycle of obliquity, origins of symbolism, esoteric mysticism, psychological genesis, oldest religion, cataclysm at a schism, astrologically retrace steps of evolution through microbiology, alien bacteria, reptilian recreation, ancient astronauts, genetic manipulation, turning of the Milky Ocean is the Milky Way, great serpent grasped by Vishnu is in fact our DNA, cult of Osiris, Hermetic brotherhood of light, Kontiki Viracocha, Jaguar of the night, thunderbolt of Yahweh, omnipresent Hunab Ku, pedagogic precursor, devotional deja vu, earth crust displacement, Professor Charles Hapgood, Antarctic Atlantis, ice age misunderstood, deliver the whirlwind, the world ends, new age begins, once again, the perpetual spin, deliver the whirlwind, the world ends, new age begins, once again, the perpetual spin, deliver the whirlwind, the world ends, new age begins, once again, the perpetual spin, deliver the whirlwind, the world ends, new age begins. Utnapishtim Noah, navigate the deluge, flood myth is universal, prerequisite of prelude, monumental head of the mighty Olmec, crowns the towering totem of the teeming Toltec, far from holding text in the jungles of the ghetto, where many prying hands force them to let go of the secrets of the past. In a sacrificial flash, high priest turns to ash in a burning temple's glass, hourglass of earth foretold in the old scripts, forgotten tale of the magnetic pole flip, Egyptian godly titles parallel the Aztec names, gargantuan glyphs found on the Nazca plains, desert tombs and fly zones, winter of the dry bone, megalithic stone withstand the center of the cyclone, intrinsically within the center of the prism, be one planet under mathematics indivisibly, deliver the whirlwind, the world ends, new age begins, once again the perpetual spin, deliver the whirlwind, the world ends, new age begins, once again the perpetual spin, deliver the whirlwind, the world ends, new age begins, once again the perpetual spin, deliver the whirlwind, the world ends, new age begins. 10 faces of the universe, 7 tongues of God, Buddha's fertile reign, Zeus's lightning rod, sun, moon, and master, painted in the plaster, centuries of chisel cuts from the rough ashlar, instantaneous eruption, cultured complexity, seemingly unparalleled until the next to be, defined divine men, chronological confinement, architectural remnants, astrological alignments, shapeshift creatrix, sacred cosmology, archaeology of ancient paleography, Voynich manuscript, exercise in cryptographics, hoax of the Colburn Bible, lies and cipher tactics, transmitters ageless, unspoken name faceless, eternal transfiguration, odorless and tasteless, deformation, the disfiguration, lost within the stations of cosmic calculations, deliver the whirlwind, the world ends, new age begins, once again, the perpetual spin, deliver the whirlwind, the world ends, new age begins, once again, the perpetual spin, deliver the whirlwind, the world ends, new age begins, once again, the perpetual spin, deliver the whirlwind, the world ends, new age begins.
Don't you know that yet? It's after the end of the world. Don't you know that yet? It's after the end of the world. Don't you know that yet? It's after the end of the world. Don't you know that yet? It's after the end of the world. Don't you know that yet? It's after the end of the world.
The music is different here. The vibrations are different. Not like Planet Ray. Planet Ray's sound of guns, anger, frustration. There was no one to talk to when Planet Ray could understand. It would affect their vibrations, for the better, of course. Another place in the universe, up under different stars. They could drink in the beauty of this planet. Equation-wise, the first thing to do is to consider time as officially ended. We work on the other side of time. We'll bring them here through either isotope teleportation, transmolecularization, or better still, teleport the whole planet here through music.
Check, check. Yeah. Crusader, been trying to tell y'all for a while. Most people just don't get it. It's cool. I know it takes time. Just gotta do it together. let's use our skills to build, get on a higher plane. You call me by your name, I call you mine, it's all the same. In time we'll find the mind to know we're all divine. The global brain, one blood in the vein. Yo, let's use our skills to build, get on a higher plane. You call me by your name, I call you mine, it's all the same. In time we'll find the mind to know we're all divine. Global brain, one blood in the vein. Yo, a journey down a long road, I take the first step. Used to run wild with heathens, man, I had the worst rep. As a youth, Catholic school tried to mold me to a fool. God's a bearded white man in the sky. Now follow rules, teachers wouldn't answer questions, handing out bogus blessings. Priests and altar boys are in confessionals undressing. Yo, bump that, trying to find a truer truth to trump that. Started reading scrolls in high school, made a comeback. Doc schooled me to the right wisdom, science of Nuapu, obstacle course of beliefs. But I got through Buddhist, Mesopotamian, Mayan, Hindu, Islamic, Freemasonic, Kemetic schools I've been through. 12 apostles of the zodiac, meat to break bread. Food for thought, kept me hungry, using my head. Religious tapestries, finally found the common thread. Start living life like it matters before you're dead. Yo, let's use our skills to build, get on a higher plane. You call me by your name, I call you mine, it's all the same. In time we'll find the mind to know we're all divine. The global brain, one blood in the vein. Yo, let's use our skills to build, get on a higher plane. You call me by your name, I call you mine, it's all the same. In time we'll find the mind to know we're all divine. The global brain, one blood in the vein. To die there's 6 million, to live there's only one way. Some say that one day, government by gunplay will be a figment of the past. The last will be first, but what we've seen in the past is the last have it worse. You do these waiting in ruminations of illumination, innovation. Got lost in traditional stagnation, all hail the flag. Still waiting for a nation, troops pacing, coerce conformity through fumigation. On the move like Ramona, Africa they laugh at you. Our strengths and unity, gotta think beyond per capita. Tell me who's freer when they crucify Mumia with no arraignment, televised entertainment. The true seer's blinded and Dharma's on one limb. The eagles on one wing, we're separate but one thing. To tell you all some things, tell you all nothing. You're all preoccupied with getting crunk and humping. Let's use our skills to build, get on a higher plane. You call me by your name, I call you mine, it's all the same. In time we'll find the mind to know we're all divine. The global brain, one blood that's in the vein. Yo, let's use our skills to build, get on a higher plane. You call me by your name, I call you mine, it's all the same. In time we'll find the mind to know we're all divine. The global brain, one blood in the vein. Yo, I used to smoke more wet than Bobby Digital, but that was pitiful. I'm at a pivotal point in my existence. To turn back now would prove resistance to the most high. For instance, I'm mostly convinced that I won't die. Everything is relevant, especially when I'm telling it. To hell with making music in hopes of then selling it. And logically, they assume positions of authority, when logically the only authority is majority. Open up your eyes, everything is metaphorical. All questions that you ask in this life are rhetorical. There's no answer, so live each and every day like your body holds cancer. And if it does, then smoke faster. Peace is free, but war is one big transaction. We've given time, now it's time to take action. The stupid stall, the clever grow. Many hands make light work. After all, you never know, the plan just might work. Let's use our skills to build, get on a higher plane. You call me by your name, I call you mine, it's all the same. In time we'll find the mind to know we're all divine. The global brain, one blood that's in the vein. Yo, let's use our skills to build, get on a higher plane. You call me by your name, I call you mine, it's all the same. In time we'll find the mind to know we're all divine. The global brain, one blood in the vein. Yo, one blood, one love, one blood in the vein, y'all. Peace.
Life and death, space and time, fate and chance. These are the forces of the universe. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you a man who has unlocked these mysteries. From the furthest corners of the world where the dark arts still hold sway, he returns to us to demonstrate how nature's laws may be bent.
It's all a trick. It's an illusion.
Perhaps there's truth in this illusion.
sullen tones from the chamber of the skull and bones. Swollen wounds after battles, ain't no coming home. Saddle soaked in blood, cloaked in mud, token of respect. Widows choking up, dying warrior shows no regret. Wore the cross of the Maltese, reigned in false peace. Promised land of America, the shores of far east. Argentum astrum, in the sanctum sanctorum. Ask us at Damascus, we plan to hold a forum. Speak the incantation, blackbird and hand spell. Words to in burning bush, summon beasts of hell. Second coming of Lucifer, prince of the morning sun. Have no use for ya, once to say this morning has begun. Helter skelter, hand basket, slam casket, hand latchet, throat choker. React with Bram Stoker, black magic. Play a flute made of bone with the cobra in a basket. Give the answer to your question before you ask it.
My guest tonight is not a showman at all, but rather a wizard who has sold his soul to the devil.
I am a Magus, Nuwapian mad god, high priest after the order of Imhotep, master builder of the 7-step pyramid. I've been in full matter, reveal the secrets of the philosopher's stone, written in your DNA, encoded in your chromosomes. Solar biologist, cause nine's talisman within the earth's canvas. I summon 24 scientists from the Orion star constellation. I am a soul of the incarnated divinity of an extraterrestrial being that reincarnated into a mortal form to roam the earth as an avatar. I descend from a star formless in form. My soul explodes, my spirit crosses the threshold between the illusion of light and darkness. Spark this.
How have you come to be here tonight? What can you tell us about the other side? What's it like?
Yes, tell us. You must know things. Secret things.
Yeah. Scrolls sitting in cornerstones. E.T. phone home without the straightening combs. The former illusions, the master's wealth. Wigs of the Sphinx, rocked by British wine, the Yorkshire. Foursquare, diner floors, Cecil boards. Climb 15 steps to middle chambers. Unravel the riddle. Kindle 7 lights for 7 spirits. Control the dice and stock price. With all the lights, dump the shares on bull poor beggars. Fair selected trade, babies and self-made men. Swinging the sword, bend with supreme overstanding. Trace illusions are non-confusing. Straight to the guts unfold and door and souls. Cleanse the pathway to a mentor before we enter the golden caskets. Actual facts from you back to duet. Deity passes peripheral and heavy shades of black.
Thank you all for coming. And I think there's been a serious misunderstanding. I want you all to know that everything that you have seen is an illusion. It's a trick. It's not real.
Black mirror reflect, cut the deck of the tarot. Boil bone marrow, hit you in the chest with arrows. That's flaming, whatever you call it, I'm renaming. For those that know they're different, refuse to stay the same and change or rearrange. People are strangers when you're strange. Write my poems in the city, but my home is on the range where the wild things roam. Stone the wild man's effigy, satanic missionaries defile them standing next to me. Ram's horn, cornucopia, halls of Baphomet, acting like you full, you ain't even had it yet. The first course of the feast from the belly of the beast, where you get regurgitated if you swallow a piece. Choking on the wishbone, we in the zone, send the kids home. Stare with the eyes of a gorgon and turn flesh stone. Rest comb for the truth upon the surface of the world. Answers bent and swirled into the infinite hurl.
But we might end this evening with a discussion of the soul. All of the greatest religions speak of the soul's endurance beyond the end of life. So what then does it mean to die? I need a volunteer from the audience.
Ignorance is bliss, is that it?
A mind is its own place, and in itself can make a heaven of hell, hell of heaven.
Hear colors, taste visions, see through synesthesia, smell sounds, touch rhythms, cellular amnesia, rapture through synaptic seizure, worldly pain, galactic leisure. 5 senses are the actors in the nervous system theater, reader of minds, cedar of lineal lines sewn in, garden of glands, pineal secrete serotonin, hone in on the subatomic singular sand grain on the beach, dark star in the cosmos beyond light's reach. Look into the eyes of the cyclops set, blazing star in the dark companion, brave with stark abandon, place incisions along your spine with precision, mystery of Mars, phantom asteroid collision, astral projection, smashed all detection past the inspection, and I revealed the weapon. Only so much one can do to lead the right direction. After that it's up to you, carriers spreading the infection.
Intone the deity's bones, standing erect in a square, prayer rugs, the holy lantern, Rasul in the air, clear buzz, Commander Black and Serpent with working tools I build with, a staff and 2 bowls those, the portals of mathing, genealogy, cast of royalty. Cast a circle around me, protect the energy, love, spread my trials. While I'm on trial, permeate the magistrates. Arm straight across the waist, in the case my fate was already laced with rituals and O's. Take the light down my 33 vertebrae to regenerate, create, fornicate. I'm a vessel, yes sir, except for all the blazing star. Fire and desire enters waters of Yemiya and raise gas, a kundalini tone. Bring the old ancestor home, sliding down a rainbow to a pot of gold. The mold, the armor leg and leg of armor head. The only way to raise the dead. Wash my ram head with Nubian habitats, lemongrass and amethyst incense. 7 African spirits to cleanse my nostril whips and stimulate my brain to bliss. Visions is crisp and clear.
There are 100 steps on the ladder of consciousness between being fully alert and being dead. A descending grayscale, like the depths of an ocean no one has explored. It's in those depths, those murky depths.
Etheric liquid ejaculated from my genitals. Angelic chemicals start to emerge from my seminal vessel. Wrestle with Jacob, hip bone displaced black dust mistaken for makeup. Up my 33 spinal nerves to hit the 12 convolutions in my brain. Forms from my root chakra moves up, forming a flame. It's a fire in my solar plex. 7 steps rotate counterclockwise from each other's feet. Prorates crystallize my melanin as spirit color black. Sits in the dark, pluck a card. It's a perfect match. Dispatch the blood of the 24 Shiok. Round the throne, chatting tones disappear when you look. Dropped into an ocean where no moon blooms. A butterfly retina begins to change. Open up my colored eyes. Left eye red, right eye green. Half of me is Iblis, half is Elohim.
The atom is the building block in the illusion of Maya. A trillion lines of code in the program called Gaia. Double-headed dragon chromosomes multiplier. Billion times a million rhymes inspired by lost children. Find the sacrifice of willing kind that others had to die for. Soar above the eyesores and find more behind doors of chemical ecstasy. Moon cup of Amrita, a mortal island of jewels in the Bhagavad Gita. Extra-mental reality, quasi-anthropomorphic. Twisted prose, the yogi's pose, limbs all contorted. Look so distorted as we pour the elixir of 6 and 9, the sickest kind of wine in the mixture. Touched red by bloodshed, oxidized and rusty. Must be the mystery of 5 or 2 plus 3. Mental abolitionist, precision slips, division rips. The prism splits the black light, act right or get clipped.
What we're experiencing right now could be just in your mind. If we can create this world with what we imagine, why not the next? You imagined that.